Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is one of the graphic novels I've been looking forward to since it's been announced. This is such a fantastic graphic novel and right up my alley. It's called Unrig, How to Fix Our Broken Democracy, Daniel G. Newman, and art by George O'Connor. It's part of the World Citizen Comics from First Second, a new line of comics that is, I would say, more politically focused from First Second. This is really, really good. So, it's... Alright, so we'll back up a little bit before I get into the review. Like, I work in politics. Like, just straight up everything on my sleeve. I am a lefty liberal. I have no problem admitting that and wearing that. A little piece of history here. You can see my business card from one of my earlier jobs from Senator John Kerry. Actually, like, in the Senate office. It wasn't some minor thing. And, you know, obviously, you know, degree in political science, all that, like, love politics and still working into it is day 20-something years in the industry. So a graphic novel like this is, like, perfect for me. And it's really, really good. So it's broken out in a few chapters. Let me kind of go through the chapters, because it's really, I don't think I'm going to do it justice just winging it. So, there's 9 chapters total. Unrigging the rules, Congress and lobbying, political money, wealth and hoarders, who votes, drawing the districts, picking the winners, electing a president, next steps for you. Now, this is a really, really fascinating graphic novel. And I'd say it kind of falls a little bit more left on the spectrum of things, but honestly, I will say that it is, I think, very fair in its perspective. Even if you're on the right, there's probably a lot in here that you will appreciate and you'll learn about. It is a fairly good examination of the issues, what's going on today, how we are, where we are. And I think what's most interesting about it is a lot of solutions how to fix these problems. It's one thing I have to give massive respect to with Unrig is that it doesn't just present the issues, it actually gives some solutions to these issues, but the solutions are based in real world solutions and that they have been implemented by people, they are actions that have been taken by people, so these are things that have been done by individuals that have succeeded. So, you know, a great example would be is talking about voting and donations. And donations, you know, obviously fund campaigns, and without money, it's kind of hard to run. You know, with you know, you need to get as much money as possible, which means you go to really wealthy people, you get tons of high dollar checks, and then you're going to be, you know, you're going to owe those people favors. Just honest truth on that one. So in this example early on in the book, and it gives that there's places like in, I think Seattle was where this happened, is that they decided to have vouchers they would hand out to individuals who could then give it to the candidates, $100 vouchers. So like I would get a voucher, my wife would get a voucher, and a candidate would come by and would be like, hey, you know, we really like you, we'd give that person a voucher. This way it allows, one, we the voters to be able to, you know, make our voice heard a little bit more with how we fund the candidates, but also allows the candidates to not have to worry about fundraising as much and encourages them to visit people, individuals, and listen to what their concerns are, because, you know, obviously if you make them happy, they're more likely to give you vouchers, and if you're, you know, listening to them, engaging them, like, this is a good way of getting people to engage communities that don't normally get engaged when it comes to politics. So, like, that's a real world example. You know, it talks through voting and ranked choice, and it talks about like who's funding dark money and a lot of these issues that we're seeing, and the vitriol in politics and why that's happening. It really goes through a lot of what's going on today, and really easy to digest chapters that I think do a fairly solid job explaining the issues. You know, I don't necessarily agree with absolutely everything that's in here. I think it simplifies some things every once in a while, and every so while I think it misses. There's some, you know, some details that are missed and aspects to it that are missed. But big picture, it's a fantastic read. Like if I was a professor and wanted my class to like really discuss these issues, this would be a story that or a graphic novel that I would be suggesting to my class for them to check out. It's really good. It's really interesting. It's very educational. I think it's very close to reality and the truth of what's going on and what we need to do to fix things. And I think, again, the thing that I really, really like about it is that it gives solutions to all of these problems and, more importantly, real-world solutions that folks have been working on. There's a lot in the back, too. It's well-researched. We got a nice bibliography in the back. It's got some suggestions of like what you can do to get involved. We got a nice little index for you to look stuff up. And the art is, I think, cool. Like it's an art style that I really dig. This isn't giant splash pages, but I think the page layouts are actually really interesting. The art style to me is engaging. This is just kind of a different way of like showing California, which I think is kind of cool. It's good. This is really, really good. With the election coming up and not exaggerating, one of the most important elections that I think many of us will have seen in our lifetime, that really will set the direction of our nation going forward for a generation or two. This book, I think, really kind of lays out how important this election is and what the stakes are in what we need to do to try to fix some of these problems that we're seeing. It's really good. This is the start of a fascinating line of graphic novels. If you are into politics, if you enjoy politics, right, left, whatever, like this is something you need to pick up. It's very educational, very interesting. Highly recommended. As I said, like I don't necessarily agree with everything that's in there, but I found it very engaging, really interesting, and from an insider, like I have to agree with its premise completely. Like the system's broken, things are foobarred, and we as citizens need to get off our butts and actually work to try to fix these things and get the ship righted. That I think right and left that we could probably all agree on, though our perspectives as to maybe what's broken might be a little bit different. But I think what's laid out in this, I absolutely agree with, that these are the issues that we're facing, and a lot of the not exciting things that they get too little of a focus on as far as what we should be working on and working towards. These are the issues that just aren't super like sexy and just kind of are overlooked. I think that's the best way. Like this graphic novel really covers like the unsexy side of politics. Like, do you really need to know about how voters are focused on by politicians? Like that's details that just will probably put a lot of people to sleep. But it's very fascinating. It's the type of stuff I do every single day. So to me, I dig it. I think it's sexy. So as I said, this is the first in a line of new comics called World Citizen Comics from First Second. The other ones are coming out. It's called Fulton Constitution. We got Reconstitutions, What Unites Us, are three more. It's $28.99, out now. Really just a fantastic read. If you care about politics, if you care about this nation, care about voting, elections, all that, go check it out. Very educational, solid stuff. So kudos to everyone involved. It was really, really impressive. This is top-notch stuff. Been looking forward to it. Did not disappoint. Absolutely love it. So it's out now in shops. Go get it. Go hit up your comic shop. Go support them and get a copy. We got a link beneath this video where you put in your zip code. Tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage. But go support your comic shop. And speaking of support, I want to thank First Second, as always, for hooking us up with review copies. We appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Now, if you are into graphic novels, if you're into First Second, educational graphic novels, politics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.